So Jonquil on her first game back, what have you liked that you've seen?
Look, I think she's a big impact for us. We've got to get her some more touches, obviously, in the paint here. But she's working hard. She's working hard, and obviously it's not where she is 100%, but she's a big impact for us with the rebounding. And okay, maybe not that play, but we'll get the next one.
Thank you, Sandy. Perfectly done, Sandy Brondello. Thank you very much. Here's Breanna Stewart. Twisting, left it short. Good box out from Boston. Here comes Howard. Howard, one of three members of the Fever in double figures. Mitchell and Boston, the others. Good set here. Cunningham, a three is good. Gorgeous possession there from the Fever.
Steph White told her team at their shoot-around this morning that she thought that they could get spray situations where they get a paint touch off a dribble penetration, suck the Liberty D in, and then get it out for three.
Stephanie White talked to us about was her team at times has tended to over-penetrate. And so wanted to realize, hey, that first spray is open. And that time they did. Five-point Fever lead. 3 fouls now for Howard. Here's Boston. Another nice pass from Aaliyah Boston to Mitchell for two.
Anytime Aaliyah Boston catches the ball anywhere around the free throw line area, if there's a back cutter who's even open for a second, she will find them and deliver the pass.
Ionescu now just 1 of 8 from the floor. Here's Boston. Off to Cunningham. Howard. Jitters baseline, gets denied by Jonquil Jones. Here comes Stewart, has the angle on Howard and lays it in over her. Knew Howard had 3 fouls and took it right to her.
That was just Breanna Stewart overpowering Natasha Howard with the drive.
Those two won a couple of championships together, 2018-2020 in Seattle. Mitchell short on that one, Phoebish the rebound. Here comes Ionescu. Ionescu, what a look inside, and Phoebish finishes the lay on a beautiful delivery from Sabrina Ionescu. 5th assist now for Sabrina.
You saw Natasha Cloud ghost the screen, and then when she did, Phoebish just cut so hard to the basket, it was open, and the delivery was perfect from Sabrina. You'll see it here. Ghosting the screen, clearing out the defense, and then Phoebish just doing a great job. Gets a step on the defender, and Sabrina finds her perfectly.
3rd foul on Phoebish. Here's McDonald, who has 5 assists. Starting at point with Caitlin Clark out day-to-day with a groin injury. Cunningham, another 3. Her 4th of the game. She's now 14 for her last 25 from 3. Jones with the answer. Second 3 of the game for Jonquil Jones in her return. Boston, another beautiful look. Mitchell couldn't quite handle out of bounds to New York.
Sophie Cunningham has been so good at spreading the floor with her efficiency. Sabrina Ionescu gets caught on the Boston screen, and then on the other end, inside out, Jonquil Jones stepping into it.
Each team shooting 50% from the floor. Wow. And that is going to be on Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell picks up the person.
defending you. And Kelsey Mitchell, get her in, get her off balance, and even with that long reach, Jonquel cannot come out to contest.
Mitchell with 18 points, 7 of 13 shooting. Here's Cloud. Cloud fires and hits.
Natasha Cloud just seems to have a little extra confidence, doesn't she, since coming back from the All-Star break.
The skills challenge champion, a foul here on Jonquel Jones. That'll be her second.
Natasha Cloud, we saw it in the first half, just stepping into a three with confidence, this time going the right to left crossover. Cunningham not quite there to contest.
Mitchell off on that one. Stewart able to grab the rebound. The first rebound of the game for Breanna Stewart. Here's Ionescu. Sabrina has it taken away. Howard on the steal, got tricky with the handle. Here comes Natasha Howard all the way in and got the foul.
How many steps did she take, Ryan?
Jonquel Jones whistled for the personal, immediately wants a review.
Great job with the handles by Natasha Howard. She comes in.
Was there a third there?
I don't know.
Or was it a gather and two? Gather, one,
That's
two.
three.
I think she's okay.
Oh, but understandably why Jonquel doesn't think she had a foul there.
Yeah. And New York is not going to challenge here. Remember, part of the thinking always isn't just, is it a foul or not? But is this the moment you want to deploy that challenge?
Right.
Take a look at the upcoming WNBA national TV schedule. Tomorrow night on CBS Sportsnet, Atlanta, Phoenix at 10 Eastern. Thursday on Prime Video, Vegas and Indiana at 7. And Friday on Ion, a doubleheader, Phoenix, New York at 7:30, followed by Dallas, Golden State. For more on these games, please go to WNBA.com, visit the WNBA app. Second half of our doubleheader tonight on ESPN will be Atlanta and Vegas. So we saw Phoenix there in the upcoming games. Thought it was interesting talking with Alyssa Thomas over All-Star Weekend and hearing her talk about how she's just never been surrounded by shooters like this in her career. What a perfect fit it is in Phoenix. And this is a Mercury team that still has not had Kalia Copper and Satu Sabali along with AT all on the floor for any kind of extended period of time.
Yeah, AT being surrounded by those shooters, leading the league in assists per game, right around 9.5.
Here's Mitchell off the steal, turns on the burners, and it's stripped out of bounds. It'll stay here with Indiana. Timeout on the floor. Tight game midway through the third on ESPN.
ESPN Bet Sportsbook has you covered all season long. Keep up with big-time matchups, get daily profit boosts, and tail exclusive picks from Mel Duncan. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Sign up with promo code HOOPS.
80% of the time, who's the best playmaker in the league, navigating without that. It's about as dramatic a loss as you could have as a team. And Indiana so far tonight, Rebecca, they've been able to be scrappy on the defensive end and find enough fluidity offensively to be up 4 right now.
That's what, a week and a half ago that we called the Indiana game against Dallas, and it looked like they had really come together and figured out how to play extraordinarily well with Caitlin on the floor and also in her minutes without her on the floor. It felt like there was a synergy there, the best it had been all season long. And then, of course, the game after that is when she has the injury re-aggravated against the Connecticut Sun. But it's been a challenge for Steph White all season with the variety of players who have been in and out for a variety of reasons.
Yeah, she said she's used to dealing with it in pockets, but never in one big avalanche like she has this year between those injuries. DeWanna Bonner as Jones puts it in, plus the foul. And New York, a rare opportunity off the offensive glass. As Jones a chance for 3.
and ask them why they didn't vote for her. Although, do we vote for that? We do now, right?
Yeah, we have the all-defensive.
But there were
right?
years where we didn't.
Right. Here's Mitchell alone, connects on a three. 21 for Kelsey Mitchell. Good closeout there from Lexi Hull, getting to Burke, and an offensive foul will be called on Kennedy Burke.
Kelsey Mitchell has shown her entire offensive package here today, and again, the jitterbug nature, just stepping into three, and a lot of times she's getting those looks because of Leah Boston's screens.
Holly?
We had a beautiful conversation with Kelsey Mitchell earlier today, and she was emotional, talking about how hard it was to lose her father last year before the season started, and it was shocking. But midway through last season, her mom was also diagnosed with multiple myeloma, and she said, I've been dealing with grief every day for the last 18 months, and it's heavy, but my peace is on the basketball court. And so you see her out here playing with joy, finding her peace. Her mom is doing well, although she's still in treatment. Kelsey said having her family come to the All-Star game last weekend was just so huge, knowing that she has still one healthy parent there for her. But God, I love that she opened up to us, Rebecca, and just so emotional about the grief she's dealing with and how basketball is helping her process that.
Yeah, beautifully told, Holly. And Kelsey is just one of the most delightful people you will talk to in this league. I'm glad that this court has been able to be a place of peace for her during some really difficult times. .305 to go in the third. And a kick ball will keep things here. With both teams, and you might expect this after, you know, a very brief all-star break. Both teams have turned it over quite a bit tonight. New York already with 15 turnovers, Indiana with 13. Here's Colson. Back iron it off. Boston battling for the offensive rebound and able to work a whistle.
One of the players said to us this morning, do not call it an all-star break. It was an all-star weekend.
Yeah.
There was no break.
I bet you felt that way as well.
It was a little bit of a break for us.
Here's Colson to the corner, catch, fire, and hit for Lexi Hull.
Again, that Steph White told her team this is going to be there today because of the way the New York Liberty comes in to play their defense on the help side, the paint and spray.
Here's Izzy Harrison looking for an angle. Boston just took it away. And a jump ball with Harrison and Boston.
Yes, one.
Here comes Indiana. Hull accelerates and gets the foul against Stewart. Lexi Hull is going to go to the line to shoot a pair. Our next ABC WNBA game Sunday afternoon, 3 Eastern. The Fever take on the Chicago Sky. Coverage tips with WNBA Countdown at 2:30. Angel Reese was on an unbelievable run of 8 to 10 games heading into the All-Star break for Chicago.
Her scoring, her rebounding, her efficiency have all been just terrific.
And here are the different games going on right now. Those games on ESPN 3, LA, Washington, Chicago, Minnesota. Should I say Chicago and the Stud Buds? Nobody stole the weekend in Indy more than Courtney Williams and Tisha Heidemann.
I ordered my Everybody Watches the Stud Buds t-shirt yesterday.
I did too.
Did you? All right.
Little collaboration with Together. Kelsey Mitchell, third foul. Both teams in the bonus now. Heard Holly talk about that ramped up physicality here in this third. And Stewart now into double figures, along with Thiebish and Jonquel Jones. Sabrina Ionescu just 1 of 9 in this game. Hull another 3. That one's off. Duntis flags it down, keeps it alive. Here is Hull. Hull driving, forced it up and off. Burke out to Johannes. Here's Johannes, always interesting in transition. Thiebish at 3. She got it. Two-point game. Leonie Thiebish stays historically accurate from downtown. 2 for 2 in the game and over 50% on the season. Mitchell, 3 to shoot. Mitchell will pull. Back iron it off. Harrison the rebound. Johannes darts it ahead. Stewart looking for the angle and finding it. Tied at 67.
Travel.
1:05 to go in this third, tied at 67. Second half of the season, starting tonight in the W. Duntis gives it up. Mitchell fighting through the contact. 6 to shoot. Mitchell will fire around and off. Stewart the rebound. Here comes New York, looking to jump back in front. Burke a 3. No. Harrison, the O-board, spills to the floor. And a kick, it's going to be Indiana basketball.
She didn't just try to like kick the ball, she tried to like corral the ball with her feet.
Yes.
Like to get a jump ball, but with her feet. I would love it if they allowed it. Just great pursuit of the ball, but watch here. She's like, I'm gonna squeeze this. Well played, Izzy Harrison.
You play soccer growing up?
Yeah.
They would call that dangerous play, right?
I don't know.
You don't remember that?
No, I wish they had jump
From,
balls
like,
in soccer. That would be
soccer?
fun.
Whoa, look out. Sophie Cunningham and Thiebish just slam into each other, and it's Cunningham who's whistled for the foul.
Thiebish trying to fight over the screen and instead runs right into Sophie Cunningham.
Yeah. 14th turnover for Indiana. New York has turned it over 17 times. Shot clock and game clock essentially equal. Here's Stewart on the drive, lays it in with the left hand. First lead for the Liberty since 32-30. Hull at the horn, nearly banked it in. That'll do it for the third. Barclays Center. Been a really entertaining game to begin the second half of the season between the Liberty and the Fever. A 9-0 run from New York to end the quarter. Sabrina Ionescu on the bench for an extended period of time. She has struggled tonight, 1 of 9 from the floor. No Caitlin Clark for Indiana as she continues to deal with a groin injury. Officially day-to-day.
Liberty came out in that possession, looked like they were in a zone defense.
Here's Stewart. Stewart, Thiebish, and Jones led that run in the third. Thiebish gets fouled by Cunningham. That one much more obvious than the tough offensive foul called against Cunningham at the end of the third. Jonquel up to Johannes. Flips it out. Stewart into the corner. Jones, side of the backboard. Didn't get that. Rebecca Lobo Bank.
She did not.
Here's Hull. And a whistle against New York.
It's fair. You call it on one end against Aaliyah Boston, the contact that's in the paint, and then you call it on the other end as well. I mentioned the previous possession. It got really physical inside.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, it's a clear foul. Jonquel's got her long arms wrapped right around Aaliyah Boston's bicep.
You know, Sabrina Ionescu checks back in now. I mean, that's one thing that you talk to different coaches, players around the league, they will tell you that the physicality of the league is certainly not exclusive to any one player or one team with what is allowed. It's been this way for quite some time. As McDonald can't finish it, here comes Burke off the rebound. We've seen that kind of physicality with Jonquel and Aaliyah in the paint tonight. As Howard comes over for the rejection, Boston able to save it. Here's Howard cutting through, and a foul is called on New York. It'll send Howard to the line.
Terrific defense on the last possession by the Indiana Fever, and just Kennedy Burke trying to power her way to the basket. Howard comes over, gets the clean block, tiptoe by Aaliyah Boston to save the possession.
Howard, 4 for 4 from the line. Thus far tonight, Indiana yet to score in the fourth. Now they have. Now, one thing Stephanie White told us earlier in the game that has remained true throughout it is she's liked the responses and the grit from her team when New York has gone on a run. Does Indiana have another response now? Howard misses that free throw. Stewart, 14 points, 4 assists, 3 boards. Jonquel Jones, 15 points, 8 rebounds in her return. Here's Stewart, isolating against Howard. Stewart able to finish, plus the foul, and a chance for 3 for Breanna Stewart. Huge lick on Sabrina Ionescu. Big time screen.
Most of Mitchell's open looks have come from an Aaliyah Boston screen.
Beavish, twisting, can't hit. Boston fingertips the rebound.
This is something Aaliyah Boston has done a lot this season, initiating the offense, bringing it up the floor, twice as many already than she had a season ago.
Howard can't hit the 3, knocks it over to Hull, who can't finish the layup. Hall now 2 of 8.
How we were playing to start the season, we were hungry starting out the season 9-0, and you have seen that hunger, that intensity, and that impact she realizes she has on her team tonight.
You know what it reminds me of, how when Camila Cardoso was a senior, Dawn Staley used to call her South Carolina's separator. They had a great team, right? They had a lot of talent, but felt like she was their separator. That's the way it feels for New York and Jonquel Jones. They're great. They could contend for a championship, but Jonquel Jones is their separator.
Yeah, she's just different in what she brings to the floor, her sheer size and ability to hit from the perimeter as well. And there were games throughout her absence, and especially when they'd be struggling on the glass or to establish an inside presence, where I was just watching thinking, this is a perfect example of the New York Liberty just missing JJ.
Here's Ionescu, pull-up jumper. Got that one.
Points over at Jonquel Jones because JJ is the one who set the screen for her there.
Had been 1 for 9 before that make. 7 assists for Ionescu. Indiana's really struggled to score here in this second half as Boston able to twist that one in off the window, plus the foul.
Sabrina Ionescu hitting that last shot, and she gets a tweet, let them know how much you appreciate what they just did. And that's one of those plays, Holly Rowe, that's one of those plays where JJ makes a difference without it being recognized on the box score.
Jones going to check out right now after picking up her 5th as Boston completes the 3-point play. Another double-double for Aaliyah Boston, who also has 6 assists. Here's Cloud. Harrison hits the deck. Remember, no Niara Sabali in this game for the Liberty. Ionescu lays it in off a beautiful delivery from Stewart. 10-point New York lead.
Sabrina read that, the defense beautifully, and how they were fighting over the screen, just curled right to the basket.
Mitchell off to Boston. Active defense here from New York, and Phoebish knocks it out of bounds.
Just watch how Sabrina Ionescu reads the defense. She passes to Stewie. She sees that McDonald is going over, so just goes right around. Perfectly read. Aaliyah Boston there, just a second too late.
So after starting 1 of 9, 2 straight makes from Ionescu, and Boston sends Ionescu flying to the floor. Sabrina fired up after taking the offensive foul.
Yeah, Aaliyah Boston, it's just because her left elbow. She extends the left elbow just enough for it to be called a foul.
Ionescu will fire, and hit.
She smacked. Coach played on the back. Yeah, on her way by.
As Mitchell gets fouled, while Sabrina Ionescu came back in off the bench, and after starting 1 of 9, has hit her last 3 shots.
And just getting things done. The ball fake, makes the shot, goes by Steph. I don't know if she got her or missed her. What exactly she was saying right there with the tap of the hand.
I'm not sure. That might be a post-game question for Sabrina, who has the last 7 Liberty points. At the end, a little, yeah. I don't know if she made contact.
Love tap?
I certainly think there was no ill intent.
No. I wasn't suggesting that there was ill intent.
No, I know you weren't.
Okay.
I think love tap was right. Oh, great look. Stewart couldn't quite handle it. Still time for Indiana to make a push, but not with passes like that. Cloud off the steal. Ionescu. You bet.
couple factors. One, she struggled. Two, she was on the bench for a significant amount of time. And when she first came back in, there was a lot of physical play with her. You know, getting knocked around a little bit on the defensive end. And then she responds play after play after play like this. Yes, absolutely, incredibly gratifying.
Sabrina Ionescu up to 13 points, 7 assists after the last 10 points for New York. And the Liberty have separated here, a 14-point lead with 3:51 to go. And again, obviously, you know, if you're Indiana, you miss Caitlin Clark in a million ways, but these long periods of time, like we've seen in the second half, where it's been so tough for them to generate good shots, I mean, that's an obvious area where you miss the player who has the most gravity of any offensive weapon in the league.
Yeah, without question. Kelsey Mitchell, though, just put the New York Liberty in defense in a spin cycle as she did the full 360 to get her shot off.
27 for her. Ionescu, one more. Not that time. McDonald flags it down. You still have 3:20 to go. Indiana with time to make a push. Cunningham. Ooh. And Ionescu in some pain after that. Knocked out of bounds.
It looked like an illegal screen by Leah Boston that Sabrina Ionescu ran into.
And they call this fever basketball, but the Liberty players are saying, no, 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 no. That should be New York basketball. And it will be challenged by the Liberty.
I don't know if I've ever seen that many members of a team doing the twirly bird finger at once, telling their coach to review it.
You know, I think I've seen that many, but with that level of conviction.
Like the fervor.
Right now, it is Indiana's ball. What's this count?
I can't say I'm consistently counting fingers, but I feel like I've seen full benches.
But what I really want to see is all of the twirly birds.
The finger swirling?
Yeah, the finger swirls.
Well, ask and you shall receive.
I know, with our truck I always do. So you're gonna get Cloud, Stewie.
And then watch the bench seize it, and then everybody
and
starts
Izzy,
going.
like, what do we get, 4 of 5? Phoebus doesn't do it because the internationals tend not to. You know?
Yeah, 4 or 5.
4 or 5's
You want to
pretty
amend
good.
your original statement, though? You've seen that many fingers twirling.
On a review, like, no. 4 of the 5 players on the floor, I don't think I have, Ryan. You're like my husband telling me what I've seen. I'm saying I don't think I have.
I think all we like to do is keep you on track.
Okay. It's a love tap. It's being helpful.
Everybody needs a fact checker.
That is true.
Some people more than others.
Oh, I think we should also look at the out of bounds. Let's see.
Oh, it hits Kelsey Mitchell's right hand.
Yeah.
That's why it's going to be New York basketball. So it hits Phoebus, but then doink right off of Kelsey Mitchell.
Like her almost off her elbow?
Yeah. Or the forearm. Definitely, right? Boom.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be New York basketball. They'll make sure they have the clock right as well.
Yeah, I mean...
It was being shot by Brianna Stewart.
Yes. Injected New York right into Sabrina Ionescu's veins.
He did. Love the Brooklyn Dodgers hat that Spike is rocking. While we're waiting for this review.
Yes, Ryan.
I want to just ask you about Indiana. What's going to be key for them in navigating this period?
The call will be overturned. New York will retain their second challenge. The ball is retouched by Kelsey Mitchell. The ball is out of bounds. It will now be New York's ball.
Yes.
Thank you, Eric. I think it's going to start on the defensive end, and Steph White continues to talk about how they have to have the consistency on the defensive end of the floor. Because to me, the Indiana Fever without Caitlin Clark are a playoff caliber team. With Caitlin Clark, I think they can contend for a championship. And that might be a lofty goal this year because, of course, Caitlin hasn't been healthy for a prolonged period of time. But, you know, for them, if they can get to a place where they're solidly in playoff position and then reacclimate Caitlin, you never know what can happen. But yes, it's going to have to be a consistent effort on the defensive end every night.
And we don't know exactly how long Caitlin will be out for. With meeting with specialists today, and they were forming a plan as of now, still listed as day-to-day. As McDonald unable to hit the 3, 0 for 4 from downtown now. Here comes Ionescu. One-on-one with Mitchell, the Euro, the floater is short.
So a steal by Indiana, then another good stop. So again, defensive end.
Mitchell cups it up and in. Kelsey Mitchell, a professional bucket. 29 for the 3-time All-Star. Here's Harrison. Nice little patience there from Izzy Harrison.
Again, she has looked really, really good today. Exactly what you need off the bench.
8th assist for Ionescu. Here's McDonald kicking it out. Hull cutting through, had it knocked out of bounds. Some really good D from Sabrina Ionescu since coming back into this game.
You see the great pace and the stop here. So Harrison screen, roll, catch, sees Mitchell coming over, and just a little head fake, and then makes the finish easy. But it was all about the fake first.
Boston turning, able to hook it in and beat the shot clock. 15 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists for Aaliyah Boston. A reminder up next, it's Atlanta and Vegas here on ESPN. Harrison, another tough bucket, push the foul.
That was a great keep by Izzy Harrison. She fakes the handoff to Sabrina Ionescu. Yeah, she wants the crowd into it because that was a beautiful play. Fakes the handoff to Sabrina. Aaliyah Boston bites for a second and then just turns and drives to the basket. Really well executed.
Harrison with 10 points. It's 16 minutes off the bench.
Pretty efficient day.
Yeah. 5 for 5, I'd say so. That was also the 6th foul on Aaliyah Boston, who has fouled out. 1:40 to go in this 4th. Whoa, some of the screens in this game, my goodness. Oh. Into the front row, avoided spillage. New York, oh, we got some spillage on the floor though. New York has outscored Indiana 25-14 in this 4th, and that's an extension of what happened at the end of the 3rd when they finished the quarter on a 9-0 run. It's an extended 34-14 stretch. Here's Ionescu. Lost it. 20th turnover for New York. Cunningham fires away and knocks it down. Sophie Cunningham stays piping hot from 3-point range, her 5th 3 of the game. And a timeout taken by New York. 10-point game with 1 foul. Wanted to put Izzy Harrison at the line here with New York in the bonus. And Izzy a 75% career free throw shooter. You know, the one thing we didn't talk about in regard to Sabrina, see, she was on Fallon last night, gifted a pair of her Sabrina 3s to Adam Sandler, who then wore them out in his appearance on Fallon.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Such good looking shoes.
Yeah, no, Sabrina has batted 1,000 on her shoes.
Yeah.
Thuntis off on the 3. And final minute here as Cunningham will foul Cloud. With 58.1 to go in the 4th. New York 52% from the floor, 54% from 3, 25 assists. The Liberty get Jonquel Jones back, and they will move to 8-0 when they have their starting 5 intact. I want to remind people too, Rebecca, we have not seen the Liberty and the Lynx play yet this year.
No.
A rematch of that epic finals a season ago. We will see that Wednesday of next week, July 30th on ESPN.
Can't wait. Any excuse to get back to Minnesota, but especially for that game.
Amen. Ionescu the rebound. Trapped in the backcourt, and a timeout taken by Sandy Brondello. And or she's just going to use the reset.
Yeah.
Use the reset. Izzy Harrison, a season-high 13 points tonight off the bench for New York. In a game there without Niara Sabally.
You don't often see the reset, but not advance.
Yeah, how about that?
Like
Strategic
that. Oh.
and interesting.
See it about as,
Harrison unable to finish that one.
about as frequently as the 4 of 5 twirly birds.
Hull can't finish it, and that'll do it. Shot clock turned off. Crowd rises to its feet. Jonquel Jones, reason to dance in her return. A big hug between Sandy Brondello and Stephanie White as Spike applauds. Caitlin Clark just a spectator tonight as the Liberty take down the Fever 98-84. The final for our producer Ian Grucar, director Adam Bryant, the Hall of Famers Rebecca Lobo and Holly Rowe. I'm Ryan Rucco. Thanks for watching. As we say so long for Brooklyn, let's send it to Atlanta now.